Most people go to bed every night believing their sleep problem is stress. They blame their thoughts. They blame their anxiety. They blame everything happening in their life. But what if I told you that's not the real reason you can't fall asleep? What if the thing keeping you awake right now is something you've never even considered? Here's the truth that almost no one talks about. Even when your eyes are closed, your brain may still be wide awake. And as long as that part of your system stays active, your body will never fully shut down. That's why you lie in bed for hours, tossing, turning, waiting for sleep that never comes. That's why you wake up feeling drained, even after what should have been a full night's rest. And the worst part is, this is happening to millions of people every single night. They think they need medication. They think they need supplements. They think something is wrong with them. But in reality, they've simply never been shown how to turn their system off. Tonight, I'm going to show you something incredibly simple, something almost nobody is teaching that can help you fall asleep faster, sleep deeper, and finally wake up feeling like your body actually recovered. And once you understand this, you'll never look at sleep the same way again. You've been told over and over again that your sleep problems come from stress, overthinking, or emotional pressure. And while those factors can play a role, they are not the full story. Because here's what most people completely overlook. Even when your thoughts begin to slow down, your body may still be stuck in a state of alertness. You might feel physically tired, mentally drained, and ready to sleep, yet something inside you refuses to switch off. That lingering alertness is not always coming from your mind. It's coming from your nervous system. More specifically, it's coming from a system you don't consciously control, but one that constantly scans your environment for signals of activity. And one of the strongest signals it receives comes directly from your eyes. Most people assume that closing their eyes is enough. But the truth is, your visual system can remain subtly active even when your eyelids are shut. And as long as that system is still engaged, your brain interprets it as a sign to stay awake, to stay aware, to stay ready. Your eyes are not just passive organs that stop working when you go to bed. They are directly connected to the deeper parts of your brain, including the brainstem and a critical network known as the reticular activating system. This system is responsible for regulating your level of alertness, your wakefulness, and your readiness to respond to the world around you. Think of it as the control center that decides whether your body should remain on guard or finally powered down. When your eyes are even slightly active, sending micro signals through these pathways, that system stays engaged. And when it stays engaged, your brain does not fully transition into the deeper stages of rest that your body desperately needs. At the same time, subtle tension in your facial muscles, especially your jaw and tongue, continues feeding signals of low-level stress back into that same system. So even though you are lying still, even though you are trying to sleep, your body is receiving mixed messages. One part says rest, but another part says stay alert. And that internal conflict is what keeps you trapped in that frustrating space between being awake and being truly asleep. You've experienced this more times than you can count. You finally get into bed after a long day, hoping that tonight will be different. The lights are off. The room is quiet. And for a moment, it feels like sleep should come easily. But it doesn't. Your body is still. Your eyes are closed. Yet something inside you refuses to let go. There's a subtle tension you can't quite explain. Your eyes feel tight behind your eyelids. Your jaw is slightly clenched without you even noticing. Your tongue presses unconsciously against the roof of your mouth. Your thoughts may not even be racing anymore, but your system is still alert. You shift positions, trying to get comfortable. Minutes pass, then more minutes. You check the clock, hoping it hasn't been long, but it has. And that quiet frustration begins to build. You know you need sleep. You can feel the fatigue in your body, but the deeper rest you're searching for just won't arrive. And when morning finally comes, it doesn't feel like a fresh start. It feels like you never truly shut down at all. But what if the problem was never that you couldn't sleep? What if the problem was that your body never received the right signal to let go because your body already knows how to sleep? It has done it your entire life. The real issue is that something is quietly keeping your system in a state of low-level activation, preventing that natural transition into deep rest. And the moment you remove that interference, everything begins to change. Instead of fighting your thoughts or forcing yourself to relax, you simply allow your nervous system to shift in the way it was designed to. That's when sleep stops feeling like a struggle. That's when your body begins to release tension on its own. And that's when you finally experience what real rest is supposed to feel like. Now here's exactly what I want you to do tonight. And I want you to follow this closely because the way you do it matters. When you lie down in bed, close your eyes gently without forcing them shut. Let everything stay soft. Then, with your eyes closed, allow your gaze to shift slightly downward, as if you're trying to look at the tip of your nose or your cheekbones. Do not strain. Do not push. This should feel subtle, almost effortless. Hold that position for about 10 to 15 seconds, and during that time, just notice what happens. You may begin to feel your eyelids getting heavier or your thoughts starting to slow down. After that, completely relax your eyes. Let them go loose, as if they are sinking deeper into rest. Give yourself about 5 seconds in that relaxed state. Then repeat the cycle again. Do this 4 to 5 times. With each repetition, your eyes will release more tension and your brain will begin receiving a very different signal. One that tells it that it's safe to power down instead of staying alert. Now we're going to take this one step further, because this is where the real shift begins to happen. As you continue those cycles, bring your attention to your jaw. Most people carry tension here without realizing it. Let your jaw hang slightly loose, not open wide, just enough so that it is no longer clenched or held in place. Then notice your tongue. Instead of pressing it against your teeth or the roof of your mouth, allow it to rest naturally, soft and heavy, without effort. This combination is powerful because your jaw and tongue are deeply connected to your nervous system. When they remain tense, they send constant signals of alertness back to your brain. But when you release them, you interrupt that signal. You begin to create a state where your body no longer feels the need to stay on guard. And as your eyes relax, your jaw softens, and your tongue settles, your entire system starts to shift toward a deeper level of calm that most people rarely experience before sleep. As you combine these steps together, something very noticeable begins to happen. Your eyelids start to feel heavier, not forced, but naturally weighted, as if they are being gently pulled into rest. Your breathing begins to slow without you trying to control it. Your thoughts lose their sharpness and start to fade into the background. You may even notice small gaps between your thoughts, moments of quiet that weren't there before. This is not you trying to fall asleep. This is your nervous system finally shifting out of alert mode. Because when your eyes are no longer sending signals of activity, and your jaw and tongue are no longer feeding tension into your system, your brain receives a clear message. The environment is safe. There is nothing to respond to. There is nothing to prepare for. And once that message is received, your body begins to move towards sleep in a way that feels effortless, not rushed, not forced, but natural. And for many people, this is the first time they experience how quickly their body can actually let go when nothing is interfering with it. You are not forcing sleep to happen. You are removing what has been preventing it all along. And that is a completely different approach, because sleep is not something you create through effort. It is something your body allows when the right conditions are present. So after you complete 4 to 5 cycles, stop doing anything. Let your eyes remain soft and relaxed. Let your jaw stay loose. Let your tongue rest naturally. Allow your entire body to sink deeper into the bed without trying to control the process. No effort, no resistance, just release. But it is important that you do not force any part of this. Do not push your eyes downward too hard. Do not tighten your jaw or try to make it work. Because the moment you introduce effort, you reactivate the very system you are trying to calm. This only works when you allow it to happen. So tonight, give yourself that chance. Try this technique and commit to it for the next 7 days. Pay attention to how quickly you fall asleep, how deeply you stay asleep, and how you feel when you wake up. Because your body will always tell you the truth. You deserve real rest, not broken sleep, not restless nights, not waking up already exhausted. You deserve deep, healing sleep. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is not try harder, but finally let go. So here's what it all comes down to. Your sleep problem may not be your thoughts, your stress, or your routine. It may be the subtle signals your body is still sending to your brain, keeping it alert when it should be shutting down. By simply relaxing your eyes, softening your jaw, and releasing tension in your tongue, you are giving your nervous system the exact signal it needs to finally let go and enter deep, natural rest. Tonight, don't overthink it. Just follow the steps and experience the difference for yourself. And if this helped you, save this video so you can come back to it whenever you need it, and subscribe to the channel to keep learning simple, powerful ways to improve your sleep and your health, because better sleep is not out of reach. It's something your body already knows how to do.